What's going on, guys? Today on Iceberg TV, I want to give you my quick review on the Prodigy D1 MAX. So I had the opportunity to test out two D1 MAXs. I went to a tournament locally, an unsanctioned tournament, and the players pack, we were able to pick 3 discs. I took 2 D1 MAXs and a D2 MAX, so this will be my review of the D1 MAXs. So the first thing to note with these is that they are super fast, wide rim drivers, and certain drivers, they come out of your hand really fast, but then can lose speed pretty quickly. These discs don't really lose speed quickly, so they fly fast and they fly far. So obviously if a disc slows down slower, it's going to fly quite a bit further. Now the Max Prodigy drivers go quite a bit further than the normal versions. They have quite a bit more glide, and I believe they tend to have a little bit more dome. This blue one has quite a bit more dome than the yellow one. The yellow one is quite a bit more stable than the blue one. So the blue one's going to be quite a bit more user-friendly. It's not going to be quite as stable. It's going to be a bit of a better thrower out of the box just because it has that dome. These discs thrive when thrown on an anhyzer release, more of a force flex line as opposed to being thrown flat or on a hyzer. They seem to fly a lot better when you just have them leave the hand with the nose down, either backhand or forehand. I've primarily been throwing these, the yellow one only forehand because it's a lot more stable. A little bit of off-axis torque with a forehand throw helps it fly a little bit better for me. The blue one I can throw hard and flat backhand, or I've been throwing it on force flex lines, primarily with a forehand. It's been going extremely far, and this blue one's in my bag. The yellow one did not make my bag. I'm not as fond of this one because it is quite a bit more flat and not as user-friendly. These are the newer drivers from Prodigy. They're in the process of releasing the Max versions of the current drivers. So I believe they have the D1 MAX, the D2 MAX, and they may have recently come out with the D3 MAX. So in my opinion, this isn't really a disc that you would want to release on a hyzer angle unless you want something. I mean, if you throw any super overstable disc on a hyzer, it's just going to dump right away, and that's not a shot you're going to use very often. I wouldn't even say this is a good disc for people unless you have a super fast arm speed for you to throw it flat. I would say this is a great disc, you know, to throw on those anhyzer angles. I wouldn't say this is a beginner friendly disc as well. I would say this is definitely more of like an intermediate to advanced to open disc, because you need a lot of arm speed, and to get the correct flight you need to throw it like really hard. Or if you're like me and you have somewhere in between like an average to above average arm speed, you're going to find yourself needing to throw more flex lines with it. Again, this is going to be a great disc for forced flexes, backhand or forehand. If you have any questions about the Prodigy D1 MAX, leave them in the comment section down below. This is Iceberg TV, and I'm out. Peace.